Hey, what's up y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name is FinestXI, and in this video we're going to talk about a new gun build that I just created earlier today. This is going to be the beginning of a little series called Frankenstein gun builds, and it just kind of came to me out of nowhere. I basically take a bunch of loose parts that I have laying around and try and craft a gun with it, and we just see what we can make. Not just straight buying the meta stuff, but using pieces that we've picked up in raids and just have gathered and collected. So let's get into it. Okay, so in this video, we're going to take a look at the AK-74N. I actually got this AK out of a reserve raid, and like most of the parts that I'm going to throw on this gun, I found them in various raids and managed to pull them out and throw them in a weapons case for later use. I've had this idea for a while. I knew I wanted to build guns using random parts that I found, rather than buying a bunch of parts to throw on and using only meta. Now, of course, I didn't find each and every one of these parts in raid. Some of this stuff you just aren't going to find very often, so I went ahead and bought some of the things that are on this gun, but for the most part, all of the things that are on this were found in raid. Really, the point here is to make sure you're using something that's not meta, right? Just using something that's just not the best, but it's still viable. I want these guns to be viable and effective. I don't just want them to look cool. They also have to perform, which is why I took it out to test drive it. I'll show you guys that later in this video. Anyway, let's start counterclockwise like usual. This KGB MG47 pistol grip, the all red one, it looks pretty sporty. This I did buy. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you why. This bronze anodized handguard over here was the start of this kind of weird build along with the AK itself, and I just knew as soon as I saw this red pistol grip that it had to go with this cool bronze finish because it just kind of fits, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so throw on the KGB MG47. Next, you want to throw on the Zukov S. Now I know what you're thinking, this is a meta stock. I did find this in raid. It's something you can find in raid often, and if you want to buy it from traders, it's actually really cheap. It's a great stock all around. Now for this little guy, the Trichicon SRS-02, I never used this sight and I thought I would hate this sight. I found it in raid. It was in the junk box in the weapons case, so I threw it on there. Like I said, I thought I was gonna hate it. I actually did not. This is not that bad of a sight. It looks a little funny, but as far as visual with it and how easy it is to spot the enemy, it's actually kind of nice. Real quick guys, if y'all are enjoying this video, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. Also remember, I stream on Twitch most days of the week, so come hang out sometime. I can answer any questions you have. We'd love to meet you. Next, you're gonna want to throw on the Bastion. This is definitely subject to change. I had to buy the Bastion because it's kind of difficult to find a dust cover with a rail on top in a raid, so I went ahead and bought this one. I didn't want to go full meta and get the PDC. That one's like best in slot, so I just picked up a Bastion. Pretty cheap, pretty effective, so throw that on there so you can throw the Trichicon on there as well. Now for the main piece, like I said, that kicked off this build, the TDI AKML handguard for AK anodized bronze. This thing I found in Kiba. I don't see this ever. It's not something you just see out in the wild very often, or you see anyone using, so I knew it would be really cool to do for this build, and I just really like the way it looks. It doesn't even seem bronze to me. It's like a sporty orange, and yeah, like I said, I just think it looks really cool. For the front of the gun, we're gonna go ahead and throw on the Hexagon AK-74 sound suppressor so we can get this thing silenced and make it that much more effective. I did have to buy the 4.1 inch guide so I could go ahead and throw on this RK2, which I will have you know I also found in raid. I know it's a great grip for recoil, but I did find this in raid, so I went ahead and threw it on there as well. Now these plum mags I did not find in raid, but we went ahead and chose the plum simply because we loved that splash of red that kind of ties the two pieces together. Mags have more of a minimal impact on the gun. It's mostly ergonomics based, but we chose these simply because of the color. And then there you go. That's the Frankenstein AK-74N, and it's weird and I love it. I think it looks cool, and it's something you just don't see out there in the wild. It's not meta by any means, but it's still a great gun. Let me run down the stats for you real quick. Ergonomics wise, we're looking at 46. It's respectable. Vertical recoil at a 63. That's not bad at all. It's an AK. It shoots 5.45. You're going to want to use BS, BT at the least, and Igolnik at the most, but really BS is that sweet spot. If you play a lot of reserve, you're going to find a lot of BS and BT out in the wild like I did in the footage that I'm about to show you guys, so you'll never run out of ammo. You should have plenty to use with this gun. And in case you were wondering how much this build actually costs, it is about 175,000 rubles all together with the gun and all the attachments. A fair price, I'd say. You know, obviously you can knock off a good chunk of the price if you manage to snag an AK-74N in raid. Those are pretty common. But yeah, 175k for this particular build. Okay, here comes the part where I actually back up what I'm saying about this gun with some hard evidence and show you guys that it is actually a really great, nifty little gun. So here's a reserve raid that I did with it. I had a great time and I killed a couple of enemies. I used a mixture of BS and BT ammo, mostly whatever I found at the time in the raid. Okay, so without further ado, here is the reserve raid featuring the Frankenstein AK-74N. Enjoy. And I'm not expecting much, but like sometimes just if you play it right, the armor doesn't matter. But I mean, you're never really 100% sure you're gonna play it right. It's all RNG, you know? Like, I don't know if I'm gonna get shot. I mean, I have a pretty good feeling I'm about to get shot. This is a run. Horrible run. Horrible f***ing run. Metal? Wait, where are you going?
Oh, look at him! Keep them coming!
I have no painkiller. I have no painkiller. Why do I have a painkiller? There's someone right next to me. Wait, where's this guy? Ah! Scared the shit out of me, man. What the f? Oh my. Yikes, bro. Oh, yo, if I died there, that would have been kind of funny, huh? Oh my god. Oh my god, man. No more syrup left in my bottle. What the yuck? Oh, I don't have any grenades, dude. Yikes. Yo, I know this guy's up there. It's just me, I'm at a disadvantage. Fucking guys all around me suddenly. Oh, the f. Am I good? Oh, show thyself, swine. Yo, is this really a raider? This is not making any sense. Is he like on the train now? Like what? Oh, wait, who the f are you? Oh, you're a raider. Yo, I'm just gonna say it right now. That was directly on his head, and I feel kind of ripped off right now. That guy should be dead. That was like perfect. Alright, well, his was perfect. And that's it, guys. That's all I have for you in this one. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit different than what I usually do. I sort of show you guys a cool gun build and then show you guys how it works out in the field. It's a little hybrid from gameplay and info. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Guys, remember to hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out my channel. And remember, I stream on Twitch a ton, so come on by, hang out with us sometime over there. As always, I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.